Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and today's build is the Marksman Multishot. We're going to be using Flurry, we're going to be channeling it and proccing Multishot out of it, and together they're going to do a great amount of damage. They will consume mana, although it will be pretty slowly. We do have Orion's Ion to have a good stack of mana, so you can actually channel for quite a while, but eventually you'll run out of mana. So if you're doing a constant, stream of channeling against like a boss, you're gonna have to stop, and we're gonna use Cinder Strike really quick to get our mana back, and then we'll go back to channeling. If you're in like the mono or an arena and you're running around a bit in between channeling, you usually won't run out of mana because you'll get a lot of it back. If you're using other skills with it, then you might like shift, like smoke bomb, or like the new dark quiver, which is really nice. But whether you run out of mana or not, if you do, Cinder Strike is a great way to get that mana back, especially with oil coatings, rather quickly. Now, Multi-Strike hits really hard, and it's capable of taking things down really fast, as you can see in the gameplay that's running. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're running Flurry, Dark Quiver, Multi-Shot, Smoke Bomb, and Cinder Strike. We're using Flurry as our main DPS skill. It's going to proc Multi-Shot, it's going to be channeled, and it's going to attack really fast. It'll also use your mana as you go, but when you do run out, if you run out, you can just Cinder Strike it back up really quick. So we have 3 points in Alacrity for that attack speed, 1 point in Boundless Blows. This will make it channeled, 1 point in Accelerating Impact, that'll give you more damage per second up to a maximum, 2 points in Pevise to unlock Facilad, which will now proc Multi-Shot every 4th arrow. We have 1 point in Relentless and 2 points in Adrenaline Rush to get some Adrenaline Rush stacks for more attack speed and damage. We have 3 points in Deep Strikes for that 24% multiplicative more damage. And we have 3 points in Precision for 6% more base crit chance, and 3 points in Crescendo so that the third strike hits 75% harder, but the first 2 strikes will hit 15% lighter. For Dark Quiver, this is a pretty interesting skill if you haven't used it yet. It's a whole new way to use skills in last Epoch. You basically fire this skill up into the air, and then arrows will start dropping every now and then you have to run and pick the arrows up for a buff. It's pretty cool. It's really easy in Arena. In the Monolith of Fate, it's a little bit more trickier to use. I don't even use it in there because it can be time expensive and slow you down quite a bit, but if you'd like to and you're not speed clearing monos, it can still be a lot of fun in there as well. We have 4 points in Heavy Arrows so that when you pick one up, your next bow attack will have 20 additional physical damage. We have Archer's Focus, 4 points, so that the next bow attack after you pick one up will do 48% more damage. This consumes 20 mana when you do cast that skill. We have 2 points in Resolve so that it restores 4 mana when you pick up an arrow. 1 point in Large Quiver so there will be +1 arrows dropped over the course duration of the skill. 2 points in Crippling Arrows so that when you pick up a black arrow, nearby enemies will be slowed for 2 seconds. 1 point in Fend Off so that when you pick one up, if there's enemies around it or around you, it'll knock them back 4 meters, which is a decent size. It's pretty cool to watch it happen. And 1 point in Mending so that picking up an arrow restores some of your health, with 5 last points in Nightfall so that when you pick up an arrow, you gain 5 stacks of Dust Shroud. Each stack of Dust Shroud gives you 5% Glancing Below and 50 flat dodge, so you get 25% Glancing Below each time you pick up an arrow. This stack only lasts for 4 seconds, but as you can imagine, if you pick up more than 1 arrow within 4 seconds, or if you pick up 4 arrows in 4 seconds, which is possible but hard to do, you can get 100% Glancing Below just from this skill alone, along with 1,000 flat dodge. For Multi-Shot, Multi-Shot's going to be procced by Flurry, so we don't care about its mana cost or its attack speed because neither of those affect it. You just want to get basically as much damage and as many procs of it as possible. We have 1 point in Efficient Draw, 1 point in Strong Pull so that it has 55% more hit damage, 1 point in Keep Pushing Them Around so that it has a 25% chance to knock back enemies. This is extremely useful when you are fighting a boss or rares that have lots of life. If you continue to channel Flurry, you'll just keep knocking them back so they just can't even get to you to hit you. 2 points in Sniping for 14% additional damage, 3 points in Pinning Shots so that your hit damage against slowed targets is 60% more. That's huge. We have 2 points in large quiver for 4 extra arrows. The mana cost doesn't matter. We're going to have idols that give you more damage per arrow that Multishot fires, so this is huge. 2 points in true strikes to increase the crit chance. 3 points in stand my ground, so that if you're channeling for more than a second, or standing in one spot for more than a second, Multishot will deal 30% more damage. 2 points in quick draw, 1 point in back to back, so that every 8 shots it'll double fire, and 2 points in repeater bow to reduce that from 8 shots down to 4 shots. So every 4 shots that it comes off, it will do a double shot, so you basically get 5 shots for the price of 4. For smoke bomb, we have 1 point in thick smoke to slow enemies that are in smoke cloud. 2 points to shred their armor, 2 stacks while they're in smoke cloud per second. 5 points in lingering fumes to increase the duration. 5 points in shadow hunter, so that if you're standing in smoke cloud, you get 10% more base crit chance with bow attacks, which means if you have smoke cloud glowing, you're basically going to be guaranteed to be critting with both Flurry, Cinder, and Multishot. 2 points in generosity, so that the starting area is much larger. 1 point in shrouded in darkness, so that you get a stack of dust shroud every second, and 4 points in rapid concealment, so that you actually get that every half second. You can get up to 8 stacks this way. Between this and dark quiver picking up arrows, you can get 100% GB pretty easy, although keeping it up the entire time isn't really possible, but you can have it for moments. For Cinder Strike is going to be the skill that we use just to get our mana back. That's all we really care about it. We don't really care about its damage. So we have 2 points in ignition, 2 points in oil coating, 2 points in combustible, and 3 points in fire eater. So when oil coating hits its limit of 5 stacks, if you would have gained another stack, you instead get 9 mana gained and 18 health gained, which is huge. Cinder Strike is also a 0 mana skill, so we have the passives to get 10 mana back every time that we use it. 3 points in Incinerate for some more fire damage, 4 points in Inferno for increased base fire damage, and the first attack base fire damage gets double that. 4 points in Blast Wave, so the first attack damage is 40% greater, and it has 100% more hit area. For passives, in the Rogue base class we have 20 points, with 8 points in Swift Assassin, 2 points in Lethal Cadence, 3 points in Steady Hand, 2 points in Ghoul, and 5 points in Sapping Strikes. No points in the Blade Dancer, and 66 points in the Marksman, our mastered class, with 8 points in Draining Arrows, 5 points in Assassin's Quiver, 10 points in Missile Mastery, 10 points in Wound Maker, 6 points in Heightened Senses, 2 points in Thief's Quiver, 1 point in Sharpshooter, 6 points in Sniper's Gambit, 10 points in Ethereal Arrows, and 2 points in Master Archer, with 1 point in Barrage of Pain and 5 points in Perfect Aim. For items, we have 2 types of idols that we currently have. We have increased damage per arrow with Multishot, with the suffix being Armor Shred effect, and the second one is increased damage per arrow with Multishot and increased bow critical strike chance. This one is the one you want more of, but we only have the one of it, so I definitely recommend trying to find as many of those ones as possible, as this will get you to 100% crit definitely very easily. People will also say that the critical vulnerability that you can get in the passives with that 10 points within a few seconds means that you're going to be critting with every hit, and that is true. However, with the more critical strike chance that you have, the more you are to do it up front and right off the bat, which is really helpful for clearing out trash mobs and magic mobs and rares in 1 or 2 hits instead of having to wait a few seconds. We have 2 uniques on. The first unique is Drenkler's Compass, which is the multi-shot bow. You can get this at level 64 by gambling. It's also a random drop that you can get randomly throughout the game, and maybe it will drop for you. If you don't have this and you need to craft a bow, put on bow physical damage, put on bow attack speed or bow increased damage, and then put slow chance on hit and ferality on hit or anything else, but make sure you put slow on it, as that's going to help you get the 60% more damage out of the multi-shot tree. We have slow in our quiver, and that's about it, but it's enough within a few hits for you to start getting the damage, but having 100% or more is really nice because you'll get it right after the first hit. The other unique is Orion's Eye, which isn't a surprise considering that we really do want to have a lot of mana, and this comes with a lot of mana, and we're channeling. For our quiver, we have Snovark's Quiver, where we have flat added bow physical damage, increased bow damage, chance to shred armor on hit, and 28% chance to slow on hit. For our chest and our helm, we have Vitality Dex, increased damage per arrow with multi-shot, and increased damage while wielding a bow. These are only tier 1, and that's what we're getting our damage with here, so there's nothing impressive about it. For our helm, we have set physical, set necrotic, increased damage per arrow, and increased damage while wielding a bow. For our rings, we're wearing 2 silver rings. On one we have critical strike chance dex, health, and elemental resist. On the other we have vitality dex, flat health, and elemental resist. For our belt, we have a bronze belt with set fizz, set necrotic, increased, and hybrid health. For our gloves, we have engraved gauntlets with vitality dex, hybrid health, and flat health. For our boots, we have set physical, set necrotic, elemental resist, and increased movement speed. For our relic, we have set fizz, set necrotic, elemental resist, and a flat health. For our character sheet, you can see that all of our resistances are pretty close to cap, if not capped. We have 17% armor, 12% dodge. This will go up a lot when you start getting your stacks of Dust Shroud between Dark Quiver and Smoke Bomb. And then for our damages, not super high. For our defense stats, nothing right off the bat, not 100% critical strike points, but you do have some survivability. You won't go super far in the arena with this, you'll have to get your defenses a little bit more min-maxed, but since you can kill things from range and do great damage, you can survive for a long time kiting really well, and you can definitely do all of the bosses in the game. For the playstyle and the skill rotation of this, what you want to do, I like to put, as long as I'm not doing speed running through the monos, I'll put Dark Quiver and Smoke Bomb both on autocast. And remember, Cinder Strike is going to be my mana back, and Flurry is going to be my main damage dealer that auto-procs multi-shot, and that's why I don't even have it on my skill tree. So Dark Quiver throws these arrows down like this, which looks really cool, and you can wear one at a time. So you go to it, you pick it up, and you can't pick up another one until after you've spent the skill. And as you can see, multi-shot's hitting in there from 40 to 60,000 damage, and you can channel for quite a while, which is going to allow you to just plow down bosses. When you do end up needing mana back, all you have to do is use Cinder Strike for a little bit, and your mana will come right back. And then you just go back to channeling. You can go and pick up arrows for your defense. If you watch the glancing blow here, as you pick up arrows, you can definitely get to 100% glancing blow, almost no problem. We have 115%, 140. So if you're more focused around picking up arrows, it's definitely possible. It's a little bit harder. You're really only going to get 1 or 2 at a time, and if you stay inside Smoke Cloud, you'll have about 50% glancing blow at all times. Alright, let's go ahead and get into some more gameplay.